Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday night, it's 9 p.m. and we are back again on
How to Ace Your Career.
So guys and girls out there who come here every evening, Friday 9 p.m., you know that we come here to help you, especially the mid-age segment people with 12 to 15 plus years of experience. If they're stuck in their career, they're going through some career transition, they have lost their jobs, they're looking for a job, they're wanting to get promoted, they are not getting, toxic bosses, all kind of challenges in the career, especially at that mid-age, where you know what you want out of life, or probably you're not happy with what you're doing with life, and you want something more out of life, more out of your career. That's where people like us come in place. So I'm Nutan, I'm a career and I'm a life coach. I've been coaching especially mid-age senior professionals to overcome stagnation in their career transition, get promotions, get their dream jobs, and have a wonderful career excelling and growing exponentially. That's what I do. And
Hi, I'm Dheeraj Badkar. I'm a life coach, career coach, as well as a business coach. And both of us put together, we create this company, NT Life Coaching.
So that was our introduction. And now let's get on to the topic. Yes. I'm sure all of you have seen that. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. And what is important is it really okay to be happy with what we have done, or we need to go beyond our study, beyond our education, what we have done? Why? And why is lifelong learning important at this stage? Why is it important? Because today we are in the realm of technical growth, technical advancement. Technology is just growing at an unprecedented rate, and that's what defines the world today. Never ever humankind has experienced such rapid evolution and volatility throughout history. In midst of this dynamic environment, two distinct questions or queries emerge. So one set of people would ask, how can you continue to flourish in your career and realize your ambitions amid this relentless technological surge? So how will you continue to flourish and achieve your ambitions in spite of all what's happening around technology advancing?
And the next question generally they ask, in these challenging times that we are going through, what are the strategies one can really employ to sustain, secure your job effectively? So these are the two often questions that we have been hearing for so many years. And that's what, and these questions resonate with different categories of individuals, okay, each grappling with unique concerns.
So today, all of you who are there on the live, I would really want to know from you, have you really contemplated any of these questions? And if yes, then do you have the answers? The best part is that the questions are seemingly different, but the answer to these questions are the same. The only difference is which lens are you seeing it from? The situation that you're going through, the challenges, the circumstances which you are in, which is a lens that you're observing it from. And I would like to explain this further by sharing a very small little live story that I just went through. There was an individual who works in a PSU, a public sector bank, and she was sharing that situation is quite tough, especially for mid-age and senior people. The bank is actually encouraging them to look for newer options and move on. Though the message was conveyed very subtly, but the undertone was to replace these people by fresh talents. Sounds scary, isn't it?
In fact, some of you may remember, all those who were in their 40s, few years back, when computers were introduced in the banking sector. It came with a VRS scheme as a prelude, as something that they were offering. Why this churning is because, do we have a way out? This is not just the story of the banking sector, but I'm sure so many industries have gone through these phases over the last few decades that we are seeing, and especially the last decade where there is so much of technological changes that has happened. In fact, in the last few years, the frequency has increased a lot from where to where we have reached. And I always wonder, where is this going to end? And then, so many jobs have gone. So in such an environment, what should you focus on? how do you still grow and prosper and advance in your career?
So first, let's try and understand. We started with these two questions. So I would love to know from each one of you who's here on the live, have you contemplated this question? And which one do you associate with? The number one question or the number two question? Now, what is the difference in these two questions? The first one is stemming from aspirations. And the second one is stemming from fear. Now, will both people, one category of people who's stemming these queries, these concerns from the point of aspirations, ambitions, and how they still move ahead, irrespective of what's happening. And the other one who is fearful that with so much of changes, can I adapt? What will happen? What will happen to my career? Today, I'm doing very well. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. That's from fear, right? So will these two categories of people have different results in the coming years? I bet they will have completely different results. So both of us have really pondered over this situation and wondered what could be the answer for people, especially at the mid-age, where you have so many years of work life still left. And also it is a time of
highest financial commitment. I think, in the family, this is the time where children are growing. They have, they will need huge financial help for their education, higher education. And unfortunately, it's becoming so expensive, and you can't descend in your career. Hence, both of us put together with all these years of experience coaching people, we have designed a framework called as the 3 U's. The 3 U's. Probably you can write down to thrive in your career. And the 3 U's are number first U is
upskill.
Great. Number 2 is upgrade.
And the third one is update. Now you'll wonder what are these 3 U's, upskill, upgrade, update. They all sound similar. Let us really try and explain to you what does this mean. So these are times when you cannot just remain focused on your job profile, perform well and assume everything is going to be taken care. That's not going to happen. You cannot say that you have a professional degree and now I'm going to have a lifelong career because I have that as a backup. You'll have to keep learning and adapting to newer technologies, developing skills to learn and implement them so that you can keep up with the pace of change. Otherwise, you'll become redundant over a period of time.
Absolutely correct. That's where the first U comes into upskill.
Yes.
Ensuring there is a seamless, uninterrupted 40 to 50-year career journey is within your grasp. Simply prioritize upskilling. Simple as that can be. Fortunately, the contemporary landscape offers a plethora of learning options today. Oh God. And they're all tailor-made to your preferences. Okay. So let's understand. Here's your roadmap to continuous learning. So let's understand. First, explore diverse learning platform. Google opens the gateway to numerous online learning platforms that cover a spectrum of skill essentials for your evolving career. Few of them we have come up with, which will help you. You can also do your research. Let's start with number 1.
So the first one is, of course, many people, especially people who belong to our generation, love offline classes. They want that energy, people sitting together, brainstorming, discussing ideas. The mentor or the teacher is sharing something and we are experiencing this dynamic energy. So if such people who thrive in traditional classroom setting, many colleges and institutes today are offering both offline and online courses. So you can opt for these offline batches to experience some real-time interactions like we would do earlier, fostering effective learning through exchange of energies and ideas. If you're not that category, then
you have something called as, again, offline, but weekend classes for seamless integration. Weekend classes, okay? So these are offline classes are strategically organized over weekends, ensuring minimal disruption to your ongoing career. So it would be 6 hours or 8 hours on one day and 8 hours in the next day. So 16 hours a week, something on those kind. This way you can enhance your skill, all the skill set without necessarily giving a break in your career. So you can go for that weekend classes.
So it's offline, it's offered on the weekend. So you have no challenge. You can go ahead without breaking your career. The other option, which we all have newly learned over the past 2 years, probably 3 years since COVID times, is online platforms. Now, these online platforms really have too much of flexibility. So instead of going to an offline class in your vicinity, because some people may not have that option, though they want it, they don't have it in their vicinity. Then what should they do? They should turn to these online platforms. Now, here you have a flexibility still to choose the group dynamics. So there are sessions happening through workshops on Zoom where you can interact with fellow participants. So we have a group that you're attached to and you can still go ahead and learn, but this is going to be online.
Then tailor your learning experience. This is really amazing. You can have a more self-paced approach through customizable video modules which are available. Decide the timings that align with your schedule. Set the pace of your learning journey and prioritize those modules based on your preferences. So you have to finish this month. Now it's up to you. 1 day, 1 month, 3 months, that's up to you. This tailored approach ensures a personalized and efficient learning experience.
So whether you prefer the vibrancy of a classroom or the flexibility of the online modules, you can choose the mode that resonates with you the most. But you have to kickstart your learning journey on your terms, armed with the knowledge that is continuously upskilling. That's your pathway to career longevity and success. But now it's important to understand, how do I know which skills to develop? What will stand the test of time? Which one is more relevant to my career, my industry, my job profile? Knowing that is really crucially important. And here comes the next U, which is
Update. Absolutely. You will have to identify crucial skills. It cannot be a bhed chal. Okay, everybody is doing this, I'll also do that. No, depending on your requirement, you need to decide. Pinpoint the skill, not only endure the test of time, but also align with the specific demands of your career and industry now and the coming future. It's very, very important. So we have again got some few personalized roadmap for you.
So first one which you need to really figure out is, how do you stay industry relevant? If your job is related to a specific domain, a specific industry, then you need to understand the pulse of your industry. How do you get to know that? So you need to be informed. You have to stay informed about the trends, the company's perspectives, how the future really looks, and how can you understand this trajectory of your industry? How can you identify the sectors which are booming and which are going to face challenges? That's we're going to discuss just a minute later. But first important category is stay industry relevant.
Second, embrace emerging technologies. Now, there would be some people who were not comfortable with it, but my dear friends, we really don't have much options. From school to the corporate world or even the NGO world, wherever you go, technology is a must. So stay attuned to technological advancement shaping your industry. Because if you're not going to do that, if you're not connected with technology, you'll be irrelevant. And that's where the concept, whether it is machine learning, AI, virtual reality, or other cutting edge developments, anticipate the skills that will be in demand.
So first we spoke about, if you are expert in your domain, your industry, then you should stay industry relevant. Second, the emerging technologies, you need to be well adaptive to that, because that's how you'll be working. Third is, of course, some skills which are cross-industry. So identify the skills with these cross-industry relevance. For example, data science, data analytics, these transcend various sectors. So mastering these skills can project you as a versatile professional who can be capable of transitioning between industries. So if you were doing something else till yesterday, but now you really pick up the skill of data science or data analysis, then you're not just relevant to your industry. You can use that knowledge and move to a different industry who's requiring these skill set. So how do you do this? How do you identify these skills? We've given you the criteria, what needs to be taken care. Now we are going to share a very strategic approach that you need to take.
So the first thing, if you have to do this, allocate time. I think that's the biggest challenge that people are not able to allocate, which means dedicate time over the weekend to stay abreast of industry development. What's happening in your industry? What's the new thing coming up? You need to remove time. This proactive approach ensures you're consistently in tune with the dynamic nature of your field. Like, for example, we are concerned every single day we invest 2 hours on learning. We remove that 2 hours because we know that till we will not ourselves as coaches know what's going out there, how I'm going to coach my client, how I'm going to come to you guys and share every Friday that we come and we are sharing something. It's been 19 months now, and every Friday it is something new that we've come up with, because that much amount of time me and our team is putting to find out what should we give to you, what is required, what's going out there. So we remove that much of time. That's number one.
Then, of course, it is about from where do I gather this information, right? So we are today connected here on LinkedIn. So let me start from there. Leverage platforms like LinkedIn to gather invaluable insights. You can follow the industry leaders. How? You can follow the company pages, the company which are really leading in your industry. So go there, read the company pages, follow them to access real-time updates. You're not old. You're real-time, you're getting the update. If today the company has decided something, the way that technology is advancing, the same day you get that information, right? Then other option is LinkedIn news and live sessions like this that you're attending. So either you can go and follow the company pages, which are important to you, or you can keep updating yourself on LinkedIn news. There is something coming every Thursday, every Friday, read that, or attend these live sessions, which you can again do a search. And that is how you get this comprehensive overview of global happenings across the sector.
After that, what is again important? Follow industry leaders on LinkedIn, which means you need to actively engage with the industry leaders on LinkedIn. So every industry, you always have leaders. So you need to follow them. Company pages and leaders profile. You need to go out there and follow them. You know, they offer a wealth of information. Believe me, like even we do that. There's a serious information these people give, this company gives. It's so important. It's so valuable. It's priceless. So regularly check for posts and updates to remain well informed. Like every single day, she's putting one post on her page, one post on my page. And that is so relevant that helps so many people. But you need to be there.
In fact, you know, the other day I was doing something on my laptop, finishing off my writing work, and all of a sudden a pop-up comes in, and I just went through the LinkedIn and I could find Mayank, the Upgrade founder, talking about certain things, and there was so much common that we could resonate with each other. So, you know, there's something that will come up and that will be so valuable to you. So don't miss this live sessions. Now it is not just being a passive learner. So whether you're following the industry leader or the company page, or you're joining the live sessions or LinkedIn news, it's very, very crucial that you participate in these sessions. When you participate, you become even more relevant to the group. And that is how information starts flowing more to your page. You know, this is how AI works. Like today you search for one product, and all of a sudden, whenever you open up your emails, you are seeing Google promoting those ads. The same thing happens in LinkedIn. So you don't even have to go and search for the topics. Those notifications will keep coming to you the minute you visit LinkedIn. So that is the really relevant thing about participating. The AI is picking up your information on what you're feeding, and they'll keep giving you even more. So your search becomes lesser and you keep getting more information which is relevant to you. So these platforms, of course, offer a global view of what's happening across the world, and it ensures that you stay ahead of the curve. You get to know the storm is coming, or there is going to be a boom in the industry, and that's how you can start projecting your career.
So by adapting these personalized strategies, you not only identify the skills crucial for your career, but you are also proactively, you're staying informed about industry trends and advancement. This targeted approach, focused approach positions you as a forward-thinking professionally ready to navigate the challenges of the dynamic professional landscape.
So this, now when you heard all of this, of course, you will start pondering, oh my God, there is so much shade. Is it really doable? And that is where the first concern comes, which is time management dilemma. How do I find time amid such a demanding work schedule? How do I balance my work? I mean, weekends, I just want to relax, right? But then relaxation seems overwhelming. And then that leads to anxiety. And the next question is, where do I find the time, the money, the energy? So because I initially mentioned, if you remember, I had mentioned that the concerns would be two category of people. One who begins with survival mode and one who's in the pursuit of ambition and growth. Now, the key lies in transitioning from survival mindset to thriving. Believe me, friends, if you're living in fear, that becomes your reality. I've seen so many people fearing and they see they're laid off the next month. So it is important to really stay not in the survival mode, but stay in the thriving mode. And that is where comes the third you, which is
Upgrade
yourself. When the world around you is evolving, is it not important to evolve yourself?
So, upgrade personal evolution is the key. Understand that personal evolution is a must. To thrive, you must expand your identity and embrace change. Because change is going to keep happening. It's automatic. You can't do anything about it. Achieving goals requires more than just hard skill. It demands honing qualities like time management, effective communication, resilience, and the ability to step out on your so-called comfort zone. That's why you need to invest in personal growth. Like beautifully Jim Rohn would say, learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. But if you work on yourself, you will make a fortune. And so beautifully, and that's what I think we've done all our life. We invested so much on ourselves. So he emphasized on the essence of investing in oneself. Prioritize your personal growth. I always tell people that we keep investing on everyone. But we who are the breadwinners, let it be a male or a female who is the breadwinner of the family, who runs the family, I don't know why do they hesitate or feel guilty on investing on themselves? Why don't they understand that when they will invest, they will do more, grow more, earn more, so will the family. And that's why it's so important. As it goes beyond just job-related skills, allocate a portion of your earning. That's what we've done. Earning, time, and energy for self-improvement. That's a must. Recognizing that the effort invested in yourself, my dear friend, is going to yield a fortune to you. And I'm sure all of you want that.
So, I can tell this from our experience. The costliest coaching is individual coaching. That all of us know, right? There are various modes of learning, right from the video modules that you can learn. That's a passive learning. Then there's workshop where you can experience each other's energies. Then comes group coaching, which we are going to start tomorrow. And the highest paid revenue-based model is individual coaching, where it's absolutely customized to you. Even in our individual coaching sessions, there is nothing less than 5 times return to your investment. People have had from 5 times to 20 times, but that's the minimum that our clients have got. And you know what the best part of this investment is? That this 5 times just happened the first year. And year on year, it's going to grow from there, and you will retain that for yourself. You want to invest the money as savings for your future, for your children's future. Can you give me even one example of an investment which gives you 5 times the return in just 1 year?
This, we are not saying that you get coach from us.
Absolutely.
Because fortunately, thanks to LinkedIn and everything, we are almost struggling with, we're almost 2 years book kind of situation. But this we are telling for you, because that's where we coaches come in, helping you to live in mindset of thriving, not surviving in this environment, guiding you to gain utmost clarity and prioritize your goal so that you live a holistic life where you have time to upskill, spend quality time, and effectively communicate to cultivate strong relationships. This is extremely important. Take care of your physical, emotional, and spiritual health, because till you're not physically healthy, till you're not mentally, emotionally, spiritually healthy, you cannot deal with these times. These are uncertain times. And uncertainty can be handled with people of utmost certainty, and that comes from emotional mastery and spiritual mastery, so that you're able to perform at the peak level in your personal and professional life.
So I think it's very important for you to really remember this. Is one of the most wonderful things which I learned when I started getting used to coaching, language, and learning from various workshops. This stayed with me, and that's why I put it today. That if you work on your job, you will make a living. But if you work on yourself, you'll build a fortune. And that's what entrepreneurs across the world do. Billionaires across the world do. They invest in themselves. They keep learning. So self-education is a must. Lifelong learning is a must. The only difference is whether you're doing it from fear perspective, then you'll get an opportunity that you don't get laid off. You still are relevant to the organization. You'll be there and you'll stay. Even then it is beneficial for you. And if you're coming from that mode of ambition, you really want to grow, you want to make it big, you have amazing dreams, you still can continue and achieve all what you desire, irrespective of all what's happening around in the world. You can fulfill your ambition, achieve your dreams, but you have to continue this journey. So remember this 3U framework.
So can people write? I was very excited. People were live there to see on the chat box. Can anybody write the 3U's? Okay, I'm really curious to see that. But to tell you that, we are people who so strongly believe in upgrading ourselves. Like we just finished one of the beautiful workshop of our mentor, and then we said, Abhi, let's because that's quite a few it's in dollars that we need to.
He doesn't know I have again invested in something.
So, anyhow, but by the way, again, now the January we have a new program coming which we've invested. You'll find it funny, but it's $10,000. So we keep saying कि अभी थोड़ा time रुकते हैं, 3 महीने बाद देखेंगे या 6 महीने बाद. But immediately the moment something comes which is really amazing, we don't want to wait.
And the advantage is you don't have to go and search. Thanks to the AI, thanks to email, bulk emails, and all these things. The minute you search, you're getting all the updates. So we don't even, we are so motivated all the time with all the updates that we keep listening to this program. But you know what? I know the kind of value add that we have got through this. That is why we have been flourishing as coaches. Each and every client of ours, we'll be able to get them those results. How will that happen if we are not updated? So remember these 3U's. The first one is upskill. How will you know how to upskill? That's where comes the second. That's update. How will you remain updated? How will you find the time? From where will you evolve? That's where it talks about upgrading. When the world is evolving around you, you also need to evolve so that you can stay relevant to this world, which is advancing at a very high pace. So that's it from us tonight. Have a wonderful weekend ahead.
So see you again on next Friday on How to